Everyone can see and hear you. Okay.
All
No.
right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go live. All right, and I'm gonna do this because somebody sent me something a little while ago from Fall Reporter, and somebody did send me something, and I'm gonna read it. Um, It says here, breaking news in the city of Fall River Police Department said a police officer into the department was arrested after allegedly broke into a home while under the influence on May 27th. On the morning on May 27th, Celia reports to the police that unknowing man was banging on their front door repeatedly asking for a woman by her name. Before police arrived, the man allegedly forced himself into the residence and asked for the woman by name. According to the Fall River Police Department, the residents informed the man that the woman did not live at the home, and proceeded to um, he proceeded to leave on foot. One of the officers arrived, and the complainant described the suspect to police and said he was heavily intoxicated and appears to be uh, confused or mistaking about the location, about the half and block away. An additional units found a man matching that description while the officers were at the residence. Police said that the exhibit signs of alcohol intoxication and was taken into custody. Florida police added that the suspect was identified as a member of the Fall River Police Department. The police said the criminal complaint was submitted to the court, and the name of the officer will be released once he is arraigned. So the Fall River police saying that this officer was arrested after allegedly breaking into homes while under an influence. Just imagine that, huh? I mean, now here you go. Now you got cops breaking into people's houses under influence.
That's
Come
unbelievable.
on. I mean, then you got this other cop that was caught um, in a sting operation. Now you got this guy. I mean, breaking into people's houses under the influence, looking for a woman. Oh my God. I mean, come on. I mean, how can anybody trust police officers? We can't. We can't trust police officers. We can't. You got police officers breaking into people's houses.
He was
Looking
drunk
for,
though.
yeah, right here. Look,
Yeah, he was
I'll
drunk.
send you the article. You're gonna laugh.
You still can't hear me. Oh my god. Wow.
Oh my God! I mean, what is wrong with these people? Third time and the is a charm. Well, thank you, Scott, for pointing that out. Third time is a charm. Awesome, Scott. You're really
I
inconvenient
I
person.
I think they can hear me, but you can't hear me. Or
But
something
thank you,
weird.
Scott, for pointing that out. But I'm gonna send you the article, Lisa. I'm telling
Okay.
you, I am. I'm gonna send you the article, and I'll tell you, this is
Oh
like,
god.
um, this is funny.
I'm
I
still
sent you
on
the
Facebook.
article. Read it. It's fun. Now you got police officers breaking into people's houses under the influence. I mean, come on. What is wrong with these? What is wrong with these cops these days, man? I'm telling you, it's crazy. You know?
That was
Yeah.
yesterday.
I mean,
Wow.
He was identified as a Fall River police officer. His name hasn't been released yet in the press yet. So, wow, this is inconvenient. Ah, man, now you got Fall River police officers breaking into people's houses and
she
intoxicated and taking off.
She filed a complaint, which is good.
Yeah,
So this guy needs to go.
I mean, this is something that this is something. See, again, you know what I'm saying? It's again, we have we got to remind ourselves we already had a police officer in a sting operation, right?
Yep, right.
So yeah, and now we got this one breaking into people's houses under the influence, looking for a woman.
Right.
I mean,
I don't know.
This is like, God, this is ridiculous. I mean, this is not, I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why that this woman, this police officer is breaking into people's houses like this. This is like pretty sad. I mean, this is awful.
It is sad.
I mean, who the hell who can you trust? You can't even trust the police. Oh my God. And then they want us to back the blue. You can't even trust them. That is pretty sad.
I've always said
it is. It's awful.
You have to be armed yourself. Period.
I don't know. This whole entire city is going to hell.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, there is no respect. Okay, at all in the in this Commonwealth. I mean, police officers. Oh my God. I mean, this is like pretty sad.
Yeah, I'm watching myself on Facebook. I'm like, oh, this is weird. This is ridiculous.
This is pretty sad. You got police officers breaking into people's houses.
It is ridiculous.
And asking
what
for
is going on here. I don't know.
And asking for a woman, intoxicated, and then he takes off. God, this is crazy, man.
I don't know what's happening.
And I got something here. From for Trump. Breaking news: Federal court has determined that the press Trump does not have the authority to. I don't know. But anyways, I want to stick to one subject today. Yeah. Where is the joke? You know what I'm saying? Where is the joke? Yeah, the Fall River Police Department. I mean, there's no respect. I mean, now look at it. Now you got cops breaking into people's houses. I mean, who do we trust? The criminals or the police? Cops breaking into people's houses. I mean, who do we trust? Oh my good Lord. This is sad. I mean, yeah. I mean, who do we trust? I know, but hey, I mean, that was actually sent to me. That article was actually sent to me, and but I'm glad it was sent to me. So yes, so that article was sent to me. So it was sent to me by mistake, but I said, you know what? I said no, I can take it, and I could actually basically use it. So I took. Not yet. But I'll tell you, boy, this is like crazy. I mean, this is like ridiculous. Come on, Jake, where are you? Oh, Mike, Jake's home. Jake's home. I need you, please, please, please.
What is it?
Come on, please.
What's wrong?
The audio.
I can't get it working.
I can't get it on that side. Here, sit here. You see a book, I'll put it away. You see a book, I'll put it away. He's gonna see if he can do it.
Oh, there I am.
It's on this side because she tried everything on her side.
Okay, I'm sure he can. Oh, there I am.
It's on this side. She tried everything on her side.
Okay, I'm sure he can. Oh, there I am. This is different. Okay, I'm sure he can. Oh, there I am. This is different. I'm sure he can. Oh, there I am. This is different. Cam, let's see what happens. Yeah, I disappear. I don't disappear over here though. Stop. There, let's see what happens. Yeah, I disappear. They don't disappear over here though. Oh, now I did. We're interacting. Yeah, I disappear. They don't disappear over here. Oh, now I did. We're interacting. Look at all the wires. Look at all the wires. What's that noise in the background? What's that noise in the background?
This is ridiculous.
Okay, what I have to do is go into the settings for devices on your computer, devices and printers. Alright, I have to go into system settings.
Oops. What's happening? Oh, still can't hear me.
Alright, I have to uninstall the drivers and then reinstall them.
What's happening?
Oh, so you have to uninstall all of them, then reinstall them back.
I have to uninstall the drivers and then reinstall them.
What's happening?
I mean, I could. It's just her. I can't hear. like it's just her I can't hear. It's just her.
It'd be helpful if you had a power source. This plug was supposed to be for the default audio device to get power.
Was it?
Yeah, I don't know why it was removed.
Oh. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I don't know why it was removed.
Jake, I'll buy you a sandwich, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'll help you out too. You know what I'm saying? That's recording right now, so. Jake, I'll buy you a sandwich, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So is that could be the problem?
I have it unplugged from the computer and
Hello? Nothing. Hello? What's happening? Hello? What's happening? Hello? What's happening? Hello? Yeah, 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 yeah. Do, 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 do.
Hello, Ann.
Hello? Can you-
And Lisa. I don't know where she's at.
I don't know either. Currently fixing the computer. If this works, then you're gonna have to have the setup like this from now on.
Yeah. Where she comes back on.
Default microphone. Well, the live stream is picking it up. The microphone audio and everything is being picked up by the live stream. The app is actually showing it. Yeah, StreamYard is picking it up just fine, so it should mean that the stream can be heard. The audio can be heard into the stream, like through the stream, the audio. If this is how we have to route the audio from now on, then I'll just plug your headphones into the headphone jack and this into a USB port, the microphone to the USB inputs. This P4 audio device, it practically acts as a microphone to USB adapter.
Yeah. And Lisa,
With a
can
lot
you
of
hear me?
controls.
I don't even know where she's at. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna forget about tonight.
No, Dad, you need the one with the lights.
What's happening?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to set up the live stream again.
You're gonna have to turn the microphone. You're gonna have to turn the camera back on. So
Hello?
I can hear you. Where are you? Oh, here.
I'm right here.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Come back
You
on.
can hear me?
Hey, is there any echo anymore?
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah. Any echo into it?
No.
All right. Wow.
Problem fixed.
Fantastic.
This is
What
your
did he
setup
do?
now.
Well, I don't know. Jake, what'd you do to it?
I just rearranged your setup in a way that doesn't.
He just
I
rearranged the
just
setup in a way that.
What your computer needed was an audio output device. Your computer couldn't find, for some reason, your computer didn't want to use your P4 audio as an output device for sound. So what I did was I just switched your headphones from the P4 to the headphones.
He switched. What he did was he switched my.
Now your PC is the audio output.
Yeah. So now my PC's the.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Great.
So we're gonna have to use it this way for now. So
from now on, this is
from
how
now
the
on.
setup is gonna have to be now.
Until I get
the
another.
only way your computer is gonna work without echoing and anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
See,
So-
the speakers had the sound on, and then it was going straight into the microphone because microphones have very high sensitivity.
Yeah.
So it was picking up everything that was going through the speakers.
All right.
And that's what's causing all the echo. It's literally literally giving feedback and everything. It was literally like feedback. Or something.
Yes, that's what it was doing.
But now the sound is completely isolated because now it's
Yeah.
going through your headphones and the microphones can't hear what's in your headphones. So it's not going to echo anymore. You are all set with your headphones.
Yay! Thanks, Jake.
Your
All
audio
right.
setup is fixed.
All right,
Thank
Jake.
you.
Thank you. All right. So now you can hear me, right?
Yeah. Yes. We can have a
Okay.
conversation.
Now we can have a conversation. So now let me get back to reading what I was reading before. So let's hear your side of the world first.
My side of the world.
Yeah, yeah. So let's have a conversation with your side of the world. What's going on over there?
All right. My side of the world.
Yeah, yeah. So let's have a conversation
Okay.
with your side of the world. What's going on over there?
Oh gosh. We are echoing. Hold on a second. Oh gosh. Okay. Let me see. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I can hear you right through my headsets.
So if I scream, I will do something to your eardrums. So
You probably would pop my eardrums. Who knows?
So, well, I don't know. I was just my side of the world. Oh, well, the mayor of Nashville is being federally investigated. You know that?
Oh. Why? What happened?
because they said he is the congressman of Tennessee, Andy Ogles, said that he was obstructing the ICE agents from making arrests for the illegals.
Oh my God!
So
Really?
he's aiding and abetting their. Well, he's trying to stop them. He's trying to stop ICE from arresting the illegals. So now he is under investigation for that. And
That is,
I hope that they're going to bring charges to him, sentence him, and get him out of office.
I can't believe that's even happening.
Yeah, no, that's good though. That's what should be happening. Like Mayor.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at no. It's like we have we have corrupt politicians.
Yeah.
We just say Kentucky, right?
Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee. You said we have corrupt politicians in Tennessee, and now
Well,
it's
Mayor O'Connell, the mayor of Nashville, is a Democrat.
oh, he's a Democrat. Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
and everybody else, I would say probably 97% of the counties in Tennessee are Republican. So he's in the minority.
Oh,
And you have the congressmen and the senators that are from Tennessee that are all Republicans. So he is not in good standing with the state because the state voted for President Trump.
yeah.
So he's almost like a lone wolf in Tennessee, being a liberal Democrat. And the congressman said that they think the reason why there's a liberal Democrat in Nashville is because of the people that moved in from California and New York.
Okay.
And they're voting in the liberal Democrats. So that's why Nashville has a Democrat mayor and Memphis is another one that's Democrat, but everybody else, practically I would say everybody else has, are Republicans. So he's under investigation with the feds. They made it formally known on Monday, on Memorial Day. They had a press conference in Nashville formally saying that he is going to be investigated.
Holy mackerel!
Yeah. So
that's a shame. That's awful.
Well, no, I think it's good, and I think that's.
Well, I mean, it's awful that It's awful that this that this mayor in Nashville being under investigation. You know what I'm saying? It's awful.
I mean, they should do that. They're doing the right thing, and I think that's what should happen with Michelle Wu too. I mean, but that won't happen. The congresswoman and the senators of Massachusetts will never investigate Michelle Wu.
Yeah.
But they should do that, but they don't. So I'm glad that they're doing that, sending a message to, the liberals are just a mess. The liberals are lawless. They've gotten away with way too much. They've just gotten away with way too, and they're used to it, They're used to getting their way, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of these people getting everything their way.
Well, yeah, me too. I mean, same here on this side of the world too.
Right.
I mean, when you have Mayor Paul Coogan, wants to have Nantucket rents to come down here.
What is that all about? That doesn't even make any sense.
I honestly, I really just don't know what that's all about. But all I know that CJ and Chip was actually talking about that too. But they were talking about CJ and Chip was talking about.
So that means that he wants to. I don't understand. How can he raise the rents? I don't understand.
He wants Nantucket. He wants to make it. He wants to make it like Nantucket. You know what I'm saying? And
how is he going to do that?
I have no idea. I have no clue. I have no clue.
That is
I mean,
really strange.
That is strange, you know. Yeah,
Unless he has plans for Fall River to turn it into something different. I don't know.
how can you possibly turn Fall River into something different? How can you
Well,
possibly do that?
it's gonna take a lot of work.
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
gonna.
I guess.
I
I'm not
mean,
really familiar with it, but you know, Nantucket is surrounded by water, so
yes,
you're gonna have high anything over there. Home
yeah,
prices, rents, everything's gonna be high there. So I don't know where he's coming from. I don't know what he means by that. That's really odd.
yeah. But look at, I mean, but now look at, I mean, look at the city councilors. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they want to cut the fire department. You know what I'm saying? They want to
Yeah,
cut.
you mentioned that.
Yeah, they wanted to cut public safety. You know what I'm saying? And why would they? Why would they want to cut public safety? Okay, when we need the fire department the most, because there is a lot of this. We have a lot of fires going on. You know.
I don't know. There has to be that there's got to be like corruption going on, which I wouldn't be surprised about. And the money is getting funneled someplace else. That's the only explanation that's happening here, because they're getting tax money. People are paying taxes. So from, property taxes, the city is getting taxes. They're probably getting money from the state as well. So something isn't right. Something
No.
isn't right.
Well, what CJ and Chip talks about a lot, you know what I'm saying, is that, Mayor Paul Coogan, what he does is he takes care of his rich friends first before before anything. Okay, so I
Yeah,
mean
but
that's
his
what.
rich friends don't need anything. So I don't know how he's taking care of his rich friends. I'm not. Again, that's
Well,
corruption, but that's corruption.
it is corruption.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
corruption.
And he's not, I mean, he's not taking care of the people of the city of Fall River like he should. Okay,
Right.
like
Yeah.
he should. I mean, you're supposed to be taking care of the people of the city of Fall River first. You know what I'm saying? Because we're the ones that elect these people. You know what I'm saying? These elected officials. We're the ones that put these people into office. Okay. So again, we talk about this all the time. These politicians think, okay, that we work for them. We don't work for them. They work for us. Okay. And sometimes
Right.
they seem to forget that. You know what I'm saying? They forget it all the time. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying politicians are perfect. They're not. They're far from it. But I mean, but they think that yeah. So they think that we work for them. We don't work for them. Okay, they work for us because we're the ones that pay taxes. Our tax money pays for infrastructure, things that the city needs, like public safety. I mean, this is where our money goes to. You know what I'm saying? Fix our streets, our roads, our sidewalks. You know what I'm saying? Make the crosswalks. You know what I'm saying? Things like that.
Yeah. Well, you would think that an elected official would want to take care of his town or city and make it the best that he can make it, instead of taking the money and using it for something else. There's just no ethics. There's just no ethics here. Like, I'm sure that they're sworn in to do, when they get elected, they must be sworn in, and they have to abide by, I imagine, the Constitution and the state's Constitution as well. And they're not doing that. So how is it that Maura Healey is still in office, Michelle Wu is still in office, And all the other officials, like the representatives in Massachusetts, primarily, the Democrats that voted for this budget and the Republicans, what is the point of having money going to illegals when the residents need it? Why is the money being funneled to the illegals? That's unconstitutional. Who says that you have to give money? And they, in the first place, they were even let in. That is also unconstitutional. How do they get away with this?
I have no idea.
This
They
is what
do
I'm
get away with
saying.
it. They
How
get away
do
with
they
it.
get away with it? Biden was in office for 4 years while he let in 10 to 20 million of these people unvetted. We have no idea who they were, committing murder and rape and
Yep.
child
Sex
offenses.
trafficking.
Yeah, and drugs and the cartels taking over apartment buildings. What the hell is this? And how, I just don't understand how he was allowed to do this, because now President Trump, that we voted in for, has to fix it.
Yeah, he has to. Trump has to fix all of this.
And then you've got these stupid mayors like in Nashville and in Boston, and the governor of Massachusetts and other places too, that saying that we should not deport the illegals. These people are nuts. How are they in office? I don't get this.
I don't know how they're in there. I mean, well, the people vote these people in, you know what I'm saying, back in. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the people vote these people back in all the time. And
yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, how did our society become so lawless?
I don't know. Our society did come so lawless.
And the morals too, with LGBTQ and the kids in parades and doing their thing. They're gross. It's gross. Like, why do any, I'm part of the public too. Why do I have to look at this? I don't want to look at it. I don't care. Why does this have to be made a public display? I don't get this.
Well, let me tell you, it shouldn't be a public display. It shouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think it should be either. I mean, I just don't get why does this show have to go on? Like, who thought of this? Why is this okay? Like, the past 4 years, Biden did this. Why is this okay? Why do people think that this is okay? Before, it wasn't even an issue. Now it's an issue. How does this even happen? How does this propaganda, this brainwashing happen? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how does this even happen when 4 years ago this stuff did not exist?
Yeah. I
don't get it. And why is it that we're the ones that have to tolerate it?
Well, we're the ones that have to tolerate it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, basically, they're all over the place. We have to tolerate it.
We have laws in place that if you're discriminated against, that's against the law. You can go to court. But public display, I do not want to see an LGBT drag queen show, a parade. Like, why do I have to? I mean, I'm not going to see it, but why is it that people are subjected to this?
I have no idea why.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand why this is an issue. Like, why all of a sudden Biden made it an issue, and now it's an issue with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is this so important?
I have no idea.
This is LGBTQ, transgenderisms, surgeries for minors that want to change from a boy to a girl or a girl to a boy. This is nuts.
It shouldn't be happening.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Especially with little kids. You know what I'm saying?
I was Nashville, because of the stupid mayor of Nashville, who's a liberal, is going to have an LGBTQ parade at some point. I don't know when. And it's like, of course, I'm not going to go, but I was thinking maybe I should go and do a live and show people the nonsense that goes on with these stupid parades.
Well, you know something? Go and do a live stream and see. I want to check it out.
And so it's like, I don't know, because I don't know, but one woman was commenting, being sarcastic and saying
Yeah.
that, she's going to go. And I'm like, oh, good for you. And I'm like, don't forget about the drag queen show. And she goes, oh, thank you. My daughter loves to dress up. So thank you for letting me know. And I said, well, you're welcome. I said, I mean, these people, the parents, the way they think is so bizarre.
Yeah.
You have to take your kids to a gay pride parade and a drag queen show to dress up because the daughter likes to dress up. I don't get it.
I don't get it neither. I
don't understand why this is okay. This is not okay. All these things is not okay.
It's not okay. You know what I'm saying? But people think it is, but
and then you were saying on Memorial Day that they didn't even have anything for the veterans, you said.
Well, on Memorial Day, we did have the parade on Memorial Day, but Mayor Paul Coogan did not have the ceremony.
A ceremony, yeah, that's what I mean.
For the ceremony for the Gold Star families. Okay, Mayor Paul Coogan did not. Okay, because after the parade, people gather around in the city hall, and we sit there in the chairs, and then the mayor goes up, then the city council talks, and then the veterans organization, they say a few words, they talk. And then later on, everybody mingles and has coffees and donuts. So I don't know why. I don't know why that didn't even happen. So I don't know. I don't know why.
But see, they do it on purpose. It's done slowly. They do it slowly. So they have a parade, and then they get rid of the ceremony. So eventually what's going to happen, I would imagine, is that even the parade is going to not exist either. Because this is communism, and
It is communism. It is. I agree with you.
And I've said it before that communism is knocking on the back door of Massachusetts.
Yes, it is.
It is. It absolutely is. And I don't know if, again, they do it slowly. So they have a parade, but then they don't have the ceremony. This is done intentionally. This is not by accident. They do it intentionally.
Well, Mayor Paul Coogan, he's part of Black Lives Matter. Okay, he has.
Oh, there you go.
Well, so he has. When he got to office, he had a student in Durfee High School, and his student is was also and Mayor Paul Coogan was connected to him. Okay, and was connected to him, and so Mayor Paul Coogan was part of Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? So
they're communists. BLM are communists.
Yes, they are. And
so if you have a mayor that likes BLM, so he likes communism as well.
Well, he's a Democrat. What do you want? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why we're trying to get him out of office. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're trying to get him out.
Well, see, this is right. You got to try. No, you have to.
Well, we want these.
To get them out.
Well, that's why we have so many people running. That's why we have so many people running. For office. You know what I'm saying? So we
Yeah,
got
you do, and hopefully the people,
at least one
in
of them.
any town or city in Massachusetts, are gonna go out and vote, because if they don't, that guy's gonna get back in.
Well, he gets back in, then I don't know what to say anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. I don't know what
You
to
know,
say anymore either about, because Swampscott's got the same problem. So,
we got the
and
same problem down here.
yeah, I think it's everywhere in Mass practically, and it's like, how many times does somebody have to say what is coming down the pipeline, and people just keep voting in the same thing? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
That's why we try to tell the people, look, get out there and vote. Vote for different people with different ideas. That's what we need. Vote for different people with different ideas. Okay.
It's not different ideas. It's the American culture and idea that needs to be preserved. What the Democrats are doing is they're slowly getting rid of what America is, especially in Massachusetts.
Yeah,
So there's gonna be a lot of pushback from them. Why? Because they are in power. See, they like this power that they can just do whatever they want, because the people allowed it to happen. People allowed this to happen because they kept voting in the same people, and the same people are doing the same things, and they keep getting voted back in, and now you have tyranny.
We have tyranny going on.
Now you have tyranny because,
and we also have corruption going on too, as well.
It goes hand in hand. Tyranny, corruption, it all goes hand in hand. And you got the elitists. This is what the Democrats are now. They're on the top, and they want to keep everybody else on the bottom, which means they want government dependency. Massachusetts doesn't even have job growth. This is government dependency. This is what they're doing. This is intentional. So that the government is big, because that's under Maura Healey, the government is getting bigger.
Yeah.
And the private sector, where people, other than the government, there's nothing happening.
Nope, there ain't. You're right.
So you're going to have socialism, which I think is already there. Now the next step is communism, because in Swampscott, what they're doing now is they're telling people that have yards or garages or carriage houses in the back that they can put another dwelling on their yard. Okay?
Yeah.
Because Maura Healey keeps talking about the housing crisis. And so people are brainwashed into thinking that there's some kind of housing shortage.
I just sent you something.
Yeah, and this is sick. Yeah, the people think that there's a housing shortage because the propaganda is that there's a problem with the housing.
Yeah.
So this is what I don't understand about people. Why do they believe everything the government tells them? I just don't get that. I don't understand. They're liars. They're
government
good at lying.
Hey, look at government. I don't believe anything what the government says, believe it or not. I mean, the government can say to me, "Hey, Dave, listen, I just got $20 million in the mail, $20 million for funding, and I'm going to use it to fix up." I don't believe what the government says anymore, because until I see it, you know what I'm saying, because
I think there's way too much faith being put in the government, and that's why you have this problem in Massachusetts, where the government is slowly taking over, which means they're taking your rights away. And in Swampscott, now they're going to start with the properties. So with these accessory dwelling units that can be built now in these yards, they changed the bylaws in
Yeah.
Swampscott so that you can build these units.
Oh,
Pretty
shit.
soon, they're going to tell them, the people that have single family homes, they're going to tell them that they're going to have to start building these little homes on their property because of the housing shortage or the housing crisis. This is the government now telling people what to do with their property. Homes on their property.
Okay, all right. I just had to see if the audio was working, but go ahead.
So the property now, pretty soon is going to be owned by the government.
That is true too.
I think that's what's going to happen. See, they do it slowly. They're doing it slowly, little by little, so that people don't take notice. And I'm telling you, it works. It works really well. Nobody notices the change because it's so little. You know, like it doesn't, like the veterans, for instance, how come they didn't say anything to the mayor of Fall River and say, how come they don't have a ceremony? See, the veterans are just as bad or worse.
Well,
they go along with it.
Well, you know, some of them do go along with it, but I thought maybe I said to myself, I said, wait a second. I said, how come we're not having a ceremony for the Gold Star families? How come?
Right.
And because we usually do, because if we were if that was going to happen, then I would have put on my honor guard uniform. You know what I'm saying? I would, and then I would have went down there because I support the veterans, and I used to march for them a while ago back. So I have an honor guard uniform. You know what I'm saying? I was an honor guard. For the Legionnaire. You know what I'm saying? So. And my mom was women's auxiliary. My mom was in it for a good 20 something years. And I was in it for like 10, 12 years. And we used to march for the veterans all the time. And we had good times. We went down to the city hall. We stood there. We had coffee and donuts and our uniforms. And we listened to the Gold Star families and everything, but that didn't even happen this year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like the traditions that this country has are being slowly taken away. They're being taken away.
In other words, they're stripping our rights away. That's what they're doing.
And again, they're doing it intentionally. This is all intentional. This is why they want to usher in, communism or socialism or whatever. The only thing I can think of is that they just want ultimate power, and they want to control all the money, and they want to control people and tell them what to do with their money. And they don't want them to have any rights. They want to strip people's rights so that you can't do anything without their okay. Did you ever see that movie 1984?
No. Tell me about it.
Well, I think it was it Orson Welles that did this film? But anyway, it's called 1984, and it's about a society where there's no privacy. And everywhere you go, there are cameras, and the government is watching everything that you're doing and saying. They can hear everything. They can see everything that you're doing when you go in your house, when you go outside. There's like cameras all over the place. And they have the people that monitor and make sure that the population is in line, and that if they're not in line, their neighbors will rat on them.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then what happens is if they see somebody who has an independent mind, like that doesn't go along with their program because they're all brainwashed at this point, they actually have a brainwashing technique that they used on this guy in the movie, and it worked. he ended up becoming one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Because of the brainwashing technique that they used on him to make him into one of them. So the government that was in total control of everything that the people did, everything. I mean everything. Getting married, having kids, who you can get married to, and they had total control.
Wow, that's sad.
And that is kind of what's happening here too in this like generation. We've got the high technology. You have
Yep.
AI now. They're
We
talking
got
about
everything.
cryptocurrency. There's cameras on our phones, on our computers.
Cameras
They have
everywhere.
smart TVs. They have cameras on the streets now. So I wouldn't be surprised if it got to a point where they can actually have cameras in your home, and the government can watch everything you're doing, because that's the way this is going. If people don't speak up or do something about it, which is in our Constitution to do so, this is just going to get worse.
Yes, it is.
It's just going to get worse. And I think in the liberal states, I think Massachusetts is bad because you have a uni party there.
Yep.
And the Republicans don't really distinguish themselves too much from the Democrats. So they're all playing the same game.
Yep.
They're all playing the same game. And the 6 Republicans that did not go along with this budget that the Democrats wanted, or there's just a handful of them.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. I'm just
Yeah, so there's just a handful of them. There needs to be more people that care about what is going on in that state. There's only a handful, and that's just not good. It's not good. It isn't good.
no, it's not. It's
It's not.
It's
not.
it's a mess.
It is a mess. And I'm surprised to hear that is still going on in Massachusetts, that they don't even now have any ceremonies for the veterans. I mean, again, it's just little by little that they're taking away the rights or the traditions that they used to celebrate. That was a given, right? Memorial Day and the parades. That was
that was a given for the for the veterans.
It wasn't even a question of, are we going to have a parade? It was, we're going to have a parade. Now it's like, are we going to have a parade?
No,
that's what's going on right now. Before, it was, there's going to be a parade. You're going to wait for them, and we all waited for the bands and all that stuff and the marching. It was like, we're going to have a parade. Now it's like, are we going to have one? Then we don't have one. And nobody knows anything anymore. Everything is just slowly disappearing. And this is what the liberal Democrats do. And I think the Republicans, some of them are going along with it, because it's a power grab. It's a power grab.
Well, look at now. Look at Fall River Celebrates America. You know what I'm saying? Well, after that police officer died, they took that away.
Fall River did what?
We had Fall River Celebrates America one time.
See, that's what I'm saying. All this stuff that was patriotic at one point slowly disappeared, and it got to the point where I think Obama was the one that started this mess. He was the one that did it.
Barack Obama.
He's the one that was able to fool the American people
Yeah.
into thinking he was something he's not.
Well, I was one of them. I was one of them that he fooled too, and I'm not very happy about it.
Yeah,
So
no, I didn't like him right from the start. When he came
yeah,
on the scene,
everybody thought that everybody says, "Oh, Dave, hey, hey, work with let's go, help me with the president of the United States." You know what I'm saying, with the flyers and passing them out. So I mean I was totally like maybe 18 years old back then. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
when I helped out, so I really didn't know much about politics back then. You know what I'm saying? Not as much as
But
I know
but
now.
but the point is that even if some people that are involved in politics and they're older and know better, they fall for it.
Yep.
See, they fell for Obama, who spoke well, who was charismatic. They all fell for it. Tall, slender, supposedly intelligent. That's the way he came across. Knew what to say and had everybody in a trance. He really did. People were in a trance about this guy, and I couldn't stand him. I'm listening to him like he's so full of crap. It's not even funny. I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe these people believe him.
Yeah.
So,
Actually,
and then they reelect, and then he was voted in for a second term. I'm like, these people are nuts. And look what he did. Look what he did in his second term.
Yeah.
I mean,
Second term.
he did. I think he started it.
Yeah.
Messing around with the Constitution, making sure that the whole country had health insurance, and if you didn't, you were going to get penalized. What is this?
Obamacare. The
Yeah,
Obamacare.
and it's still happening in Massachusetts. It's still because why? Because it's money. Because
Yep.
it's money for the state. If somebody doesn't have insurance, they're going to penalize them.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, this is what I'm saying. It's like the government, has their hands on like everything. Like practically your health insurance, next it's your car insurance. Like, I mean, what's next? What else is it that they need to know? Now they want your house, they want your homes too, like in Swampscott. Now they're going to take the homes.
Yeah, nice.
And
There it
I'm
goes.
telling you, the people just don't realize it. That's what like freaks me out.
Yeah.
Like when I talk to people, they are clueless. They think that this is great. They think that they're doing something good. They're stupid. I'm telling you, they're stupid.
No, they're not. They're not doing. They're not doing anything great.
No, they're not. But that's what the politicians say, and that's what the people believe.
The people fall for it, and when the people
yes,
when the people fall for it, oh, good. You know what? We're getting something good here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Barack Obama's going to help us out. He's going to do this. He's going to.
Right.
I remember when Barack Obama was president of the United States. Okay. Will Flanagan was the mayor at that time, and we were waiting for the president. We had everything blocked off. Okay.
Yeah.
We had an open space for the helicopter so he could land it right there and right in front of the city hall. Did you know he calls in to the White House and he says, "Oh, I cannot land this helicopter.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I can't make it there. I can't land this helicopter." So I saw the helicopter fly right over, and he goes, "Oh, it's a disaster down there." There wasn't no disaster down here. I mean, you couldn't land your helicopter. A disaster? Right. Are you kidding me?
Right.
I mean, there was no disaster whatsoever. We left an open space, and they're asking them, "Do you have enough
room?
What CIAs or whatever they're called?"
Oh,
guards. Okay, he says no. Plus, I don't have enough. I only have 3. They says, all right, you don't have to go. I'm saying so. So he just flew by and he said it's a disaster down there. So he didn't even come and visit Fall River. Okay.
Yeah, and they still voted for him anyway.
Yeah. You know what? Let me tell you something. About what Bill Clinton, what Bill Clinton did with the Monica Lewinsky case. You remember that?
Yeah.
And at least he showed up. At least he showed up to Fall River. At least he showed up. Okay.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, he was a 2-term president as well, and he was a Democrat, but he wasn't like Barack Obama, though.
No, but he wasn't. I mean,
they tried to the Clintons tried to get health insurance for everybody too. I think that's what Hillary was working on, but it didn't work out. See, that's a time when the representatives in the Senate and the Congress were thinking about the Constitution. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it was now it's not like that.
No.
It's an issue. You know, this big, beautiful bill that Donald Trump's talking about. And, you know, I agree with a lot of the things, but there's still a lot of spending going on in this bill. And I don't understand that. I thought we were cutting the spending.
Yeah,
he's trying, the president is trying to work it out with the Democrats. Why are you giving in to the Democrats? The Republicans have control. Why don't you just do what you said you were going to do, which part of it was you were going to cut spending. You were going to cut the government and make it smaller. So I don't get what's happening here with President Trump in terms of cutting the spending. He's not doing that. What he's doing is he's transferring money from one place to another, like Harvard, for instance. You know what's going on with Harvard?
Yeah.
Eventually, he's going to get rid of all the contracts with Harvard. Okay.
Harvard, yeah.
So the billions of dollars that was going to Harvard, and I don't even know why the taxpayer was even funding that institution when they already have $50 billion. Why are we funding this institution and all the others as well when they have so much money? What is going on here? So he's going to take that money and he's going to use them for trade schools.
Trade schools.
Yeah, he wants to take the billions that was supposed to go to Harvard and use it for something else. This is what he's doing. He's transferring money from one part to another part, but he's not cutting spending. You know what I mean? Like he's not, okay, we're going to get rid of this department and we're going to save all this money like Doge was doing, and they're still doing.
Well, yeah, and I mean, there's been a lot of rumors going around about $5,000, and you know.
Oh, that's impossible. No, President Trump has just added over $3 trillion of spending. How we're already in debt by the trillions already. He wants to add another more than $3 trillion. Where is he going to get the $5,000?
About the money that Musk was finding.
The money what?
The money that Musk was finding. Yeah, Musk.
No, but he's using that money and putting it someplace else.
Oh,
and
so
he's not giving it. He's not. No, that's what I'm saying. He's not cutting the spending. He's taking that money and transferring it. Okay, he's transferring it. He's not like, I'm not going to fund this. Yeah, I'm going to stop the funding in Harvard, but that money is going to go someplace else. He's not putting it towards the debt. He's using it for something else.
Well, that money should be going towards the debt.
Okay, so the debt keeps mounting and mounting and mounting and mounting. And that's why 5 Republicans, didn't like the bill, and it's now being revised in the Senate.
Oh Lord.
So,
have
I
mercy.
mean, I would definitely, I can't stand Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. I just think that
Oh,
the
yeah.
Democrats are just going to, if they have the chance, they're going to try to ruin this country, which
Yeah.
they almost did, which it was very close because of all these illegals that came in unvetted, which was illegal to begin with. How
Yeah.
did they get away? Like the Supreme Court didn't say anything about all these illegals coming in here that Biden allowed, which is unconstitutional, which is against the law. They were nowhere to be found. Now that President Trump wants to deport them, the judges are all over the place. This is just nuts. It doesn't even make any sense.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, it's well, the Supreme Court. I mean, it's Kavanaugh. Then you got who else? Who else did Trump put in there? Okay, you got Kavanaugh. What is it?
Barrett. Yeah.
Yeah, you got her. Yeah. You got her in there.
And Neil Gorsuch too.
And Neil Gorsuch.
Gorsuch, David.
I
Yeah.
can't hear. Yeah.
Gorsuch.
All right.
But I'm saying that the Supreme Court were nowhere to be found when these illegals were coming in and Biden was doing this. Now that President Trump wants to deport them and they're all illegals, why is this a problem all of a sudden?
I have no.
Before it wasn't a problem. Now it's a problem.
But because Donald Trump is in office, that's why. It's a problem.
Yeah, but what does the judicial system care? I mean, it's the law. They broke the law. Biden broke the law. Mayorkas broke the law, letting all these unvetted illegals in here, killing innocent Americans. We're not safe. We're not safe. Why is this allowed? I don't get this. It doesn't. It just kind of like boggles my mind a little bit, and it shouldn't be happening. They should be on the president's side. They should be helping him out. And you got these stupid Democrats that are going down to where are they going? Venezuela, El Salvador, whatever.
Venezuela, Salvador, yeah.
That nut job, the M13 gang member back into the U.S. and Maryland. These people are nuts.
Yeah, they are.
Like what is going on with the representatives? What is going on with the people?
Well, the representatives in Venezuela and El Salvador. I mean, I don't even think they really care. You know what I'm saying what's going on.
No, I'm saying why are American representatives going to South America and sticking up for an M13 gang member? Like
MS-13 gangs, yeah.
Like, why are they down there doing this? Like, why are they using taxpayer money to go down there to defend a gang member? What is wrong? Like, what is wrong with the people that vote these representatives in that allow this to happen? This is nuts. This is nuts. Like, when growing up in Massachusetts, I never would have thought I would see the day where representatives were on the side of this notorious gang. Like, why are they defending a gang member? Like, I would never thought that American representatives would do that. I would think that they would be outraged with his criminal background, his domestic abuse, but no, they're down there trying to get him back. These people are insane. The representatives, these are people in Congress or they're elected officials. What is wrong here? Like, what is wrong? Nobody thinks there's something wrong with this. I don't get it.
I think there's something wrong. with this.
Well, of course it is. But you know, why is it that they get elected? Why isn't? How come the constituents aren't, you know, up in arms about what these people are doing going down there? It's just doesn't make any sense. It's just
I wish it did make.
it goes against the interests of this country, of these elected officials that get
Yeah.
voted in, and they're on the side of gang members making the streets unsafe for their constituents. This just doesn't make any sense.
Well, the streets are unsafe anyways. It doesn't make any difference. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
But it makes it worse.
It's making it worse because now you got our representatives going down to El Salvador, sticking by these people, and then Venezuela and sticking up for the MS-13 gangs. And
That's
these
what
are the
I'm saying.
people.
It's like, what? Why is the judicial system, even the judges, want them to come back? Like, what is wrong with these people?
I mean,
They're
I don't want these people back in my. I don't want these people back in my community.
I don't either. So why are the judges telling President Trump that he doesn't have the authority to do it? And when he does,
President Trump has the authority.
Yeah, and why are they trying to stop him, David? That's my point. Why are they trying to stop him? Why does this have to go through the courts? This shouldn't even be a question. This
shouldn't even
just be happening, and being happy that you have a president that's trying to keep our country sovereign and safe.
Well,
why is this a problem?
Well, the traditional court system is trying to persuade Trump to let them in. That's what they're trying to do. So I mean,
no, they're not. Well, what they're trying to do, which I don't understand why are they trying to reverse what President Trump was voted in to do, and that is to deport these illegals? Why are the judges, why are the court systems trying to stop it?
I have no
this
clue.
This is what I'm saying. Like it. Yeah. I never thought I would see the day in this country when you have judges that are going against the interests of the American people and the borders of this country. I just never thought I would see. Like sometimes I'm like stunned at what the hell is going on with this country and why these things are being allowed, why they're questioning the president's power under the Constitution, the executive branch, when he can do this. Like, what is the issue? What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on?
There's something going on.
I've never seen anything like this. No other president that I know of. I seen what President Trump is going through right now with his executive power. I've never seen anything like. No other president that I know of that I can remember has gone through what President Trump is going through right now.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I've never seen any president where the judicial system questioned whether that president had power to do something.
I've
never seen it.
Can the judicial system question the president? I mean, I don't know.
No,
can't.
Because he's within his constitutional right of the executive branch. So why are they questioning him when he's following the Constitution?
Because
this is what I don't understand.
I don't understand why they questioning the commander-in-chief for.
See, the Democrats also are the ones that are using the system. They're suing President Trump. He can't do this. He can't do that. And then they're going on TV. And then you got the stupid judicial system. Instead of saying, well, he can, he's the president. They're trying to, I don't know, appease the Democrats. I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on here. And the Democrats are just as dumb. The Democrats, like, what the hell are you doing?
Of course they're dumb.
Yeah, Yeah, like why do they want these illegals to stay here? These murderers, these unvetted people, we don't know who they are. Like why is this allowed? I'm telling you, people are soft because
Yeah.
they're fed this propaganda that they're poor. They have to come into this country because their country doesn't have anything, and people
Oh,
think
too bad.
people think that they're doing the right thing by allowing anybody to come in without a vetting process.
Well,
It's so stupid. They're stupid. I'm telling you, people are stupid.
well,
They're
this is
stupid.
this is one thing I learned. Okay,
Hmm.
when I was growing up, I learned this. When somebody says to me, "Oh, this is America. America's free," right?
Yeah.
Nothing's free at all. Nothing. Okay.
Right.
If I thought that everything was free in America, okay, I would be able to walk out of a grocery store with groceries in my hand, okay, without going by a register.
Well,
Okay.
they mean freedom. They don't mean free that it costs. They mean that we're free as we have free will, not money wise. They don't mean monetarily.
Well, free will.
Yeah, we're free. We're free that we can speak
No, we don't
freely.
have free will. There's no.
No,
There's
we
no.
do have. Well, no, we have free will.
We have
What
free
I'm
will
saying is
on
like
certain things.
no, the government is not supposed to intrude in our lives, but people are allowing them to do that now. So the freedoms that we enjoy, that the veterans fought for, so that we could stay free, so that we would have our First Amendment rights of free speech, that we could have guns if we wanted to. All these things are what the Democrats are trying to take away, the guns, for instance, and the free speech, like this hate speech law
Yeah.
for anti-Semitism. Like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with this hate speech. See, no. If President Trump is, they passed that bill in Congress.
Yeah.
Thomas Massey said no because it goes against the First Amendment of right of free speech, and I think that that's true. And it's true.
I think that's true too.
Yeah, I mean, again, if a group of people or somebody's being discriminated against or bullied or targeted, that's different.
Yeah.
But don't pass a bill that says you can't say this, this, and this to a particular group. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just trying to make it like.
I mean,
whoa.
so why is it just for the Jewish people? How come they don't have it for the Irish? How come they don't have it for the Italians? How come they don't have it? How come they don't have it for any other group?
How come they don't have it for the Portuguese or the French?
That's what I mean. Why is it just for the Jews?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't like that. I don't agree with that. I don't think that see, that again is taking away our rights of free speech. And we don't want that. Like, we don't want that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
And that's what they mean by free. Like, we have the freedom to say what we want without fear of being put into jail, like they do in other countries. Okay, that's what they don't mean monetarily that it's free. I mean, it's impossible to have free, like monetarily, anything free.
Oh yeah, there is the article here. Leon Musk imported the Trump administration. He just sent in an email. Important Trump administration ending the role as a special government employee. Spearheaded Doge. I don't know if that's right or not, but I don't know.
Well, Doge is still going on, even though Elon Musk stepped away from it. It's still happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but there was
but the question is, why isn't President Trump cutting the spending?
I don't know.
That's my
I mean,
question.
Yeah, well, I don't know why he's not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's taking money and he's transferring it here, there, and
Yeah.
everywhere. Okay, fine. I mean, you're taking it away from one institution like Harvard, but
But
then you're going to
you're
put
putting
that,
it in another. But you're
but
putting it
he's
in
going to
another
use
place.
it for something else.
Yes.
So really, he's not cutting the deficit here. He's not cutting the deficit. So as far as I can tell, he's not cutting the deficit.
Yeah.
And I thought that that's what Doge, and I think Elon Musk thought the same thing. I thought that that was the role of Doge when Elon Musk came on board, that they were going to cut spending, but instead they're spending in this bill. So
They spend it themselves.
they're spending. Okay, when are they going to, take care of the debt? When are they going to do that?
No. I don't know. Maybe next year or so.
Because what's going to happen? All
Man,
they're
they
going to do is print money up, which is going to cause inflation, which is what Biden did. Now we're going to have that same scenario all over again.
I hope not.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Well,
I
they
hope
were
not
supposed
either.
to. They were supposed to send everyone 20%, and they were supposed to use the other 20% to pay off the debt, and they also had 60% left over, and they were good. They didn't know what they were going to use it for.
Yeah, but that's not the issue. That's not the issue at all. That is not the issue.
Yeah.
Okay, they're not cutting spending. They're not doing that.
Yeah.
They're just transferring money from one spot to another.
Yeah.
They're freeing up the money, but but President Trump wants to use it for something else.
He wants to use it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not going towards the debt. It's not being used for the debt, or it's not even not only, let me see, the debt. I was reading something. The debt and shrinking the government. I want a smaller government. I don't want a big government. I don't want the government to get bigger. Spending makes the government bigger. I mean, why? Why do we have to have this big government? He was supposed to get rid of the Department of Education. He said it was going to go back to the states. Now he's funding it.
Yep.
I don't understand. I just don't get
know
this
why
whole
either.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I mean, I like what he's doing with the economy, bringing in businesses here. They're investing in this country. Hopefully, they're gonna. He's telling Apple to make the iPhones in this country, because if he doesn't, because they want to go to India. He said, President Trump said, if you're gonna go to India, I'm gonna, you're gonna get tariffed.
Yeah.
We're going to use a tariff on you. So why don't you make them in this country and you won't have to face the tariffs? So that's what he's doing with that, which is fine because we need jobs.
Yeah, the tariffs, yeah.
We have to have the jobs. We have to have companies here so that Americans can work instead of everything going overseas.
Yeah.
Where it's cheaper. I mean, something has to be done about that, which is what he's doing. I wish he would get rid of the universal health care, do something about health insurance that's expensive.
Oh, yeah, universal health care.
And take away the fees. I think he did do that. The federal level, he did get rid of the fees. But in Massachusetts, I still think you get penalized if you don't have insurance. All money maker. This is all money makers for the government. This is all to control people and to get money off of them, and it goes to the government, and the government expands, and you have corruption, you have power hungry people, greedy people, that when
yeah.
they get elected, when these representatives get elected, they know that they can live well off of the taxpayer money. You know, AOC, you know what she's doing?
Yeah.
She's leasing a Mercedes Benz for $1,800 a month.
$1,800 a month
Yeah.
for a Mercedes Benz. She's
Yep.
leasing it.
Yep.
She's making money.
No, that's taxpayer money that she's using. It's not her money.
Taxpayer money. Using taxpayer. Yeah.
Oh, that's all they do. That's all they do. And then they make money. She's like now a millionaire. Before she was complaining that she didn't have enough money. Now she's like everybody else, corrupt. And getting money from here, there, the lobbyists or whoever she's got money.
Yeah.
From the taxpayer.
Well, when you have a lot of money, that's when you become corrupt. You know what I'm saying? That's where the corruption starts. You know what I'm saying?
No,
right
she got elected, okay, and she was making a 3-figure salary, whatever that was for Congress, and now she's making more because of all the lobbyists. And I don't know where this money comes from, where these people are making tons and tons of extra money and becoming multi-millionaires in politics. They know how to use the corrupt, like they know how to use it, the taxpayer money, and they're putting it in their pockets. While we have to struggle. That's why they want to stay in power. Okay, that's why they don't want us to move or say anything or criticize them, because they want to have the big homes under taxpayer money. They want to have the nice cars under taxpayer money. They want to have the nice clothes under taxpayer money.
Of course.
And they're funneling all this money to themselves with taxpayer money.
Yeah, that's great.
And nobody asks questions about this. Nobody says anything.
Nope.
Nobody says a word. They just keep voting them in. They keep doing the same thing over and over and over, and they make money, and they make money, and they make money, and they make money, and they love it because the propaganda that they use works.
Yeah, of course.
And people buy into it, and they stay where they are with their millions and millions, and everybody else practically is struggling.
Yeah.
That's where they want to keep you. They want to keep you struggling, and their life is made easier. When are people going to understand that this is the game that they play?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what that's what these politicians do. They play games.
Massachusetts is a great example of that. With Senator Warren, Markey, Ayanna Pressley, Maura Healey, Michelle Wu. They're all saying the same message. President Trump is the problem. They have no solutions for anything. They don't care they don't care that the state does not have any job growth in the private sector. All they care about is big government. Why?
Yeah.
Because they're in the government, and it's just gonna benefit them. Nobody gets this.
No.
Nobody in Massachusetts gets this, that this is the game that they're doing here.
Well, I mean, I want to say that I get it, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know about everybody else.
It doesn't seem like it, David, unless maybe they're waking up and we don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, how long does it take for the people of Massachusetts to realize that socialism doesn't work? That taking money from people that have more money than them and funneling it, they think it's going to go to them. No, it's going in their pockets. It's not going to you. It's going to them. I mean,
Yeah.
when are they going to get this? I don't understand why people are so happy to give their money to the government. What makes that? Why do they feel as though they have to give the money to the government? This is what I don't get. I don't get this. It's so un-American.
It is. Yeah, it is. It is so un-American.
It is. And I don't understand why people don't want to keep money for themselves. Why don't you want to keep your money? Why do you have to give it to the government? What is this with the taxes that they
Yeah.
like paying more taxes and you have to have government programs? And if you can't do this, you got to go to the government, which just means higher taxes for you. That's all it means.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
nobody gets this. This is just like basic economics. Nobody
Yeah.
gets basic economics. Nobody understands that this is a power grab. Nobody gets this in Massachusetts. Nobody gets this at all.
Nope.
That they keep voting in these idiots over.
Oh, they
and
keep
over
vote. They
again.
keep voting in. They keep voting in these nuts all the time.
They're all these communists and socialists, and the only thing that
Yeah.
they're doing is taking money from you, putting it in their pocket, and you're like, yeah, here you go. Keep doing it. That's fine. We'll keep just voting you in. We'll keep you happy while our state just goes down the tank, down the tubes. It's okay. That's what they're saying to them. That's
Yeah.
what they're saying to Elizabeth Warren and Markey and
Of
Presley
course, yeah.
and Michelle Wu and Mara Healy. That's what they're saying. Hey, go ahead, keep doing. You keep making all your money. Keep telling us what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have illegals here. Yeah, we'll give you the money
More
for the
Healy.
illegals. No problem. While we struggle, here you go. Here's your
Let's
money.
give it to Let's give it to all the illegals.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
not?
Yeah, that's okay. We'll have Memorial Day, but we won't have a ceremony after that.
Yeah.
If that's okay with you. I mean, that's fine. Okay. Everybody's like,
ceremony.
yeah, okay, that's fine. We don't have to have that. And next thing you know,
Of course
we're not gonna have a parade either. And people are like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then it's the 4th of July. We're not gonna have a parade. Oh, well, okay, that's fine. When are they gonna stop and say enough is enough?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, when are they going to say enough is enough?
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know.
These people are not. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to say enough is enough. They're
No,
going to keep.
because they're brainwashed.
Yeah, they're going
they're
to keep.
brainwashed.
They're going to keep voting it. They're going to keep voting in all these knuckleheads.
They're looking for a government handout. Every time they can't pay the electric bill or they
Yeah.
can't pay this, there's a government program. Don't you
Yeah.
understand that just makes the taxes go up?
Yeah, that's what
Don't-
makes the
don't
taxes
people
go up all the
understand
time.
that all these
Of course.
government programs have to come from somebody and somebody has to pay for it? And they think that taking more money from the millionaires is going to they're going to get more money.
course.
Oh my God, this is not how it works. This is how a collapse happens. This is how
These people are just getting handouts. You know what I'm saying all the time.
Yeah, they're getting handouts and they're thinking that we'll have socialism. Yeah, we'll take more
Socialism.
money from we're gonna have this redistribution of wealth. Those people make way too much money. They don't pay their taxes. They don't do what they're supposed to do. Blah, blah, and it's not even true. It's all propaganda. And so hey, let's make a bill where millionaires, people that make more than $1 million in Massachusetts, are going to have to pay a 4% tax.
Yeah.
And people pass that.
Of course.
And really, you think it's going to go to education and transportation? Yeah, I don't think so. I
Nope,
mean, who
it's not.
falls for this stuff? Like, who falls for these things? And it happens over and over and over and over and over again. And these people just don't get it. They don't get it.
Nope, they don't.
And when they do, it's going to be too late. When they realize, oh my God, I can't go here. I can't go there. I can't say this. I don't have enough money for that. It's all going to the government. Then they're going to realize what the hell happened. And it's
Yeah.
too late. It'll be too
course.
late by then.
Yeah. it is going to be too late, because what they do is they do more spending than everything. Hello?
Oh yeah, well
Yeah.
they do well spending on the government. They spend
Yeah.
money on the government that makes them bigger and makes them more money. Does not make
Yeah.
you money, it's making them money.
Of course.
And
Of course it's making them money.
it's all taxpayer. The big government is taxpayer funded. This is
Yep.
all taxpayer, taxpayer, and the people are not going to have any money for themselves because it's all going to go to the government, and it's fine with them. And if it's fine with them, then that's what's going to happen. If that's
Yeah.
okay with them in Massachusetts, if they're okay with socialism, and yeah, you got to tax people. If you want to tax people that make $1 million or more, they're going to leave because they can go to other states where they don't get taxed.
Well, that's why we got to get rid of these people. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well, yeah.
if we don't get rid of these people, guess
Right.
what? Then we're gonna end up with socialism. You know what I'm saying? If we don't
you
get rid of
have
them.
socialism already in
Well.
Massachusetts. Now they're pushing communism because socialism worked.
Yeah, they're good.
Socialism
Yeah,
worked. Okay,
they're pushing that communism.
Now they're pushing it. Now they're trying to push it to another level, which is now they want to take your property, like in Swampscott.
Yep.
And Swampscott are so stupid. The people there are so stupid that it's going to happen. That they'll do it. They'll do it. They will. They'll do it. Oh, you want us to put a property here because of housing? Yeah, sure. We'll do that for you. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem. We'll help you. And then they'll say, we'll give you $50,000. Oh, okay. Then they take $50,000 from the government. And guess what? Now the government has a part of your property. These people are nuts. These people are nuts.
They're psycho, these people.
Yeah, and the people that believe them, which is scary. That is like even scarier to me, that people actually fall for this. People fall for this stuff.
They do it all the time.
It's like, wow, when are you gonna wake up and see what is happening here? They just don't see it. It's like wild. I can't wait to see what happens in the mayoral election in November. I can't wait to see if
I can't wait to see that, man. In November.
If Michelle Wu is going to get back in. Oh my god.
Yeah, Michelle Wu.
I can't wait. I mean, last time in 2021 when she was voted in by a landslide, supposedly 75% of the people did not even vote.
Yeah. 75%. Yep, I'm here.
Hello, 75%. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Let's see if that happens again in November. Let's see if she's going to get reelected because the others won't come out to vote.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's going to be interesting. And the governor's race is going to be
the governor's race there. What about the governor's race? I haven't even talked about some of these governors that are these people that are running. We only talked about the one that was under Baker. That was it. But there is another one.
Well, there are two of them under Baker.
So there's quite a few of them running for
two of them were under the Baker administration. One is Aaron Picard, who's a Republican, and the other one is Connor Gray, the 19-year-old from Peabody.
That's the one with the music. The guy, the one that wants to become a rock star.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
he's an independent. I don't know if he wants to become a rock star. How's he going to do that if he's going to run for governor? I don't know how that's going to happen. But yeah, so those are the four that I know of. And I would say the two top contenders, unfortunately, will be the people from the Baker administration.
Yeah, well, yeah, we need more independents. You know what I'm saying? To run for public office, state office too.
the GOP, the Mass GOP, is nowhere to be found because these other candidates, like Aaron Picard or even Connor Gray and God knows who else, they won't support them. They won't, they won't come out and help them out and say, yeah, you know what? We need something different in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
We can't have Mara Haley back in here. She's ruining
No.
the state. Like they
Well-
don't even do, like they don't do the, see, the Mass GOP does not do that.
Yeah.
And this is a great opportunity for them to say your utilities are high, housing is unaffordable, rents are high, there are no jobs in the state. Look at what the Democrats are doing to the state. Why don't you now turn to the Republicans where they're going to lower taxes, they're going to make the state more affordable, they'll lower the energy, they'll open up the pipelines. They don't say anything.
Yeah.
The Mass GOP says nothing because they are working with the Democrats.
Yes, they are. I thought the GOP would be on our side.
Yeah, you would think so, but they're
Yeah.
not. But they're not because they're not saying anything about how the Republicans can take advantage of what is going on in that state. I mean, they are like saying nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, I think the Republicans they should start opening up their mouth and start saying something. That's my opinion.
So they don't have good leadership in the Mass GOP either.
Yeah.
Because they're in cahoots with the Democrats.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that is just not good. That's not
No.
good. It's not. When you
No.
have one party, you have tyranny here. There's not a good balance between the Democrats and the Republicans. Massachusetts has one party right now.
Yeah.
There has to be a balance, and it just doesn't exist. And because there's no balance, you have this tyranny now. You have tyranny in Massachusetts. You have tyranny. Tyranny. So I mean, there are Republicans on Beacon Hill, but it's not a balance at all. It's just it's all one-sided. It's all one-sided.
Yeah, it's. I mean, and then again, then I see a lot of candidates coming out, also for Massachusetts too, running for school committee, and school committee, city council, mayors. We also have a bunch of wackos running for mayor. Okay. All right. In the city of Fall River. And we have this 80-year-old guy running for mayor, and he has no clue what he's doing. Then we have another one, Alfonso. He has no clue. Well, I mean, he says things out loud, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's but we do have some good candidates running for mayor. We have Carlos Caesar, and then we have Gabriel Amro run for mayor. Then we have Christopher Silver running for. We have Christopher Silver. Well, I think it's either Christopher or Nate Silver. One of them is running for city council. So one of them is running for city council.
Well, are they I mean, are they liberals? Are they conservatives?
They're conservatives. They're conservatives. They're conservatives. I met them. They basically own a restaurant on South Main Street. Yeah, no, they're conservatives.
So what would they do? Like, what would you want them to do for Fall River? Like what What are you looking for in a candidate for mayor of Fall River?
Well, that's a good question that you just asked, and what I'm looking for from candidate from a mayor of Fall River,
Yeah.
I'm looking to give us good representation. Okay,
Which
that's
means
what.
what? Which
Well,
means what?
representation.
Of?
If you have questions and you need to know something, okay, ask us. You know what I'm saying, you know.
Yeah, but what is it that you're looking for? What do you want for the city of Fall River that you don't like what's going on right now? What is it that you're looking for in a candidate that you don't like what the current mayor is doing for Fall River?
Well, first off, I want them to, the infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? Fix the
Yeah.
infrastructure. Rebuild our, rebuild our police department like it was. You know what I'm saying? Back in late, I think it was late '70s or '80s, and give our fire department the things that they need, like new equipment, so that way they could use them. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that that's half of the things that I want the new city council or new mayor to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Are they going to do that?
well, I
are
mean,
they
they mentioned a
the
lot.
the people that are running for the mayor's office, do they have the same concerns as you? Do they want to fix the police department? Do they want to solve the crime problem there? Because I know that
They
was an
have the
issue with
same
you.
problem. They have this. They mentioned that. Carlos Caesars mentioned it quite a few times.
How are they going to curb it? How are they going to do it? What about the illegals that are in Fall River? Is the mayor of Fall River going to cooperate with ICE and tell ICE that they can go to Fall River and arrest the illegals? Not.
The current mayor of the city of Fall River does not want ICE to come in here.
Right, I know, but I'm saying, will the new candidates, are they going to be different?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe they're going to be different.
Well,
because they're conservatives. They're conservatives.
Well, that doesn't make it. It doesn't matter. Look at what's the Mass GOP. What the hell are they doing?
Yeah. Well, I mean.
So you gotta ask questions.
I always ask questions all the time.
You have to ask, like, what are you gonna have? Are you gonna get rid of the illegals so that our crime, and we know who these people are, get them off the streets, and they should be deported? Are they willing to do that? Or are they willing to have the tax money that's going to Fall River going to the illegals instead? Because that's what's happening right now.
Well, that's what's happening at the state level right now.
It's happening all over the towns and the cities of Massachusetts because Maura Healey is allowing it to happen.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's encouraged. Maura Healey's encouraging it to happen, and some of our state reps over here too. Democratic state reps are allowing it too as well.
They're all allowing it in every single level of government. This is being allowed. So you have to have candidates that are going to stop it, and they're going to say, no, we don't want the money for the illegals. We want to give it to the residents of Fall River or whatever town, because they need it, not the illegals. I mean, you need to have candidates like that are going to stand up and say, we want to cooperate with ICE. We don't want the illegals here. We want the money going to whoever for the town, because we don't have fire equipment. It's not updated. The police needs this and that. The roads need to be fixed. So why is the money going to illegals?
Well, So is the mayor. Well, for what I understand, Coogan is sending giving them money too. So Mayor Paul
Well,
Coogan's
yeah,
giving them.
because the state gives them money.
Yep.
The Fall
So,
River
yeah.
and all the other towns and states, the Swampscott's the same. They get money from Maura Healey because they allow they say to Maura Healey, yeah, give us the money and we'll do what you want to do. That's what's happening here.
Yep, it is.
So you have to have candidates that are going to say no to Maura Healey. No, we don't want your money, even though she's going to take a fit about it. Too bad.
Well, yeah. Well, Mayor Paul Coogan is, for what I understand, is, for the illegal aliens too. So, Governor, Mayor Paul Coogan, for what I understand.
Well, yeah, because you have illegals in Fall River, obviously,
Mhm.
and they're also being bused there. So they're obviously Paul Coogan, the mayor, is allowing this to happen. So he wants the illegals there. Why? I don't know. But they're getting money because the city is getting money from Maura Healey and it's getting funneled to the illegals, or it's going in their back pockets, which is probably another thing that's going on. And the money doesn't go where it's supposed to go.
Yep.
Which is the fire department, the roads, the infrastructure, the police. You're suffering. The people of Fall River are suffering because of the money that's being used that should not be used for illegals or going in their pocket. Nobody knows what goes on with this money. There's no accountability.
And there's no audit either.
Yeah, so if Maura Healey gives Fall River or Mayor Coogan $1 million, nobody knows where it goes.
Nope.
There's no accountability. There's nothing. There's nobody tracking this money, making sure that it goes to the fire department, that it goes to the police department, that it goes to the schools, that it goes to infrastructure or whatever. No, there's nothing. So they take it.
Well, Joe,
it's corrupt. It's corruption. Yep. They take it, and then everything else goes to pot because all the politicians are stealing it.
Yep.
And it's not going where it's supposed to go. So, and people keep paying taxes, and they keep paying taxes, and this happens over and over and over and over, and people keep voting the same people in over and over and over. It doesn't. When is this gonna end? This nutty cycle that's going nowhere.
It's not going to end. It's not going to end until we get Mayor Paul Coogan out of office.
So. It's not just Mayor Paul Coogan. It doesn't. Let me tell you. The candidates that are out there right now for anything, but let's just say Fall River, the mayor, okay? They can say whatever they want to anybody. They can say, oh yeah, they'll make you happy, Dave. Oh yeah, we're going to do, we don't want illegals. Yeah, and then when they get in office, it all changes. That could very well happen, even with the Republicans or conservatives or whatever the heck they say they are. You just don't know anymore, unfortunately, unless there's some kind of track record that proves that they did vote Republican or that they want to balance the budget or whatever.
Well, I know that Carlos Caesar is a Republican because I know that. You know what I'm saying, so I know,
but it doesn't mean anything in Massachusetts anymore. It doesn't mean anything. Just because somebody's a Republican does not mean that they see it the way you want, that you want to see a Republican. That doesn't mean anything anymore. Yeah. Unfortunately, they're like a uni party right now. So you have to get the people that really are like for instance, Mark Lombardo. Okay, He's a rep, a House rep in on Beacon Hill. He's from Billerica. He's voted against, the state budget where money was going to go to illegals. He said no.
Yeah.
He wanted to lower the taxes and all. See, now I would like for him to run as governor.
Oh yeah.
He would be a very good. I think. I don't know. I think he would be a good candidate for governor because of his how he voted, where he stands. Because these other candidates, like the two from the Baker administration, especially what's his name, Mike Keneally, he doesn't say anything about lowering taxes. Brian Shortsleeve does. He does say that. The other one doesn't. But I don't know. But like Mark Lombardo, as an example, voted against the 2026 budget because he didn't want the money to be spent to the illegal. Those are the people that I would like to see run in Massachusetts. Those 6 Republicans that did not vote and said no to that budget for 2026. Those are the people that I think you need more of. Massachusetts needs more people like them. They don't need more people where they're going to spend, big government, spend, and debt. Nothing gets done. The city or the town goes to pot, like in Swampscott and Fall River. Money doesn't go where it's supposed to go, where the taxpayers' money is not getting funded, where it's supposed to get funded, it goes elsewhere. Where are the people that are going to try to balance the budget and do the right thing? Do the right thing. Why can't anybody just do the right thing?
Nobody knows how to do the right thing.
Oh no, they know how to do the right thing. They just don't do it.
They just choose not to. You know
That's right. They don't. That's right. Because there are people that take advantage of it. They're power hungry or they're greedy. Like I said, as an example, if Maura Healey gives Paul Coogan $1 million, nobody knows where it goes. And that's just not good. And that's all across the board, by the way. That's everywhere. That's even in the federal level. You get money, like say for the schools, and nobody knows what happens to it. I mean, I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
It shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't just give money out and it's supposed to go to education and nobody knows if it really does. I mean, I don't get this. This is just bizarre. No wonder everybody wants to be a politician.
Yep.
They can make money so easily. And they can.
Of course. Yeah, no, you're
because
right.
There's no accountability. Because there's no accountability. There's no checks and balances with the representatives, like in the Senate and in Congress. There's lobbyists that they're taking bribes from, and they're not supposed to. None of these things should be happening. Because if it wasn't happening, none of this crap that is going on right now would be happening. Because all they're doing is taking money. That's all they care about. Yep, they don't care about the constituents anymore. Now it's about them and how much money they can make. That's it. That's all they're worried about. That's all they're worried about.
Yeah, that's about the size of it.
Yeah, that's pretty much like what it is. And something needs to be done. That's why I thought Doge was great. And they're still there. But President Trump has to now implement cut the spending. When you cut the spending and you take the money out from you take that pocketbook away from them, things change.
Yeah.
Things are going to change. But I don't see that happening. Like, I don't see that.
No, I don't either. And that's pretty sad when you don't see that.
And I don't really like that. I mean, I don't really appreciate that. I mean, that to me, shrinking the government is huge. because the corruption would go away or it would be less because money wouldn't be funneling to them. It would be going where it should be going, which is to take care of the towns and the cities in this country. But that's not what's happening here. We're all going to pot. The towns and the cities in especially in the liberal states are going to pot. They
Yeah.
really are. They really are. They really are.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Mayor Paul Coogan, and Mayor Paul Coogan. I mean, he's talked about. I thought about this a long time ago.
Mhm.
He's talked about Mayor, the former mayor, Jazel Correa. You remember him?
Who?
Well, Jazel Correa, the former mayor.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
so he's talked about him, how much he stole. You know what I'm saying, from taxpayers. Okay, he's talked a lot about that, Mayor Paul Coogan. Yeah.
I bet.
So, but
he doesn't?
Yeah. So, but like Mayor Paul Coogan don't stick money in his pocket.
They all
Now,
do.
and something. Let's put it this way. We all know that Mayor Paul Coogan, okay, is funneling money. Okay, we all know that. Okay, but he's talked about when he first ran, he's talked about Jazel. Okay,
Mhm.
and funneling money off the taxpayers. Okay, when he does it himself. Okay, city councilors is doing it. Okay,
Mhm.
most of the city councilors, not our new city councilor, but most of the city councilors that are already in there, like Sean Kadim, Joe Camara, Cliff Ponte, Linda Pereira. Okay, I mean, come on. I mean, these people's been in there so long. Okay,
Right. That's a problem. Right.
so
Mhm.
when you're in there so long,
Yeah.
okay, it's a big problem. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a big
It
problem
is.
here for the city of Fall River. Okay,
Those things have to change. Like you have to have limits because if you
term
don't,
limits.
you can see the power grab and the tyranny here. Why can't you have a 2-year term limit and every 2 years you get new people in there?
Yeah.
So that the corruption is not so easy to do because in 2 years what are they going to be able to do? But if they're there for 5, 10, 15, 20, they can just do whatever they want, which is what
Yeah.
is happening. Which is what is happening.
We should have term limits. Okay,
Yeah.
term limits.
We should. That's right. Everybody, every town and city, whatever position it is, should have term limits. Not that it's endless and you can just put back in these same people over and over and over, and it's always the same people. It's their circle. It's you need to expand and have different. Stop with the elitist stuff here because that's what's going on in Massachusetts. There are only certain people like Mara Healy and the 2 former Baker administration people. I mean, these are always the same group of people that run, and you have outsiders like Aaron Picard and Connor Gray. They're not going to stand a chance.
Oh, of course. No,
They're not going to stand a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, because you have the same group of people running over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And
the people are going to keep voting.
Exactly.
The people are going to keep voting these people back in, and we're not going to get nothing done.
Right.
That's what's going to happen.
You get the same thing where Brian Shortsleeve, the first 24 hours when he said he was going to run, raised $135,000 in a day.
$135,000? Wow.
In a day. In one day.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know how much he's raised since, but in a day, okay, which goes to show you that people want somebody else. They don't want Mara Healy.
No. They don't.
Where is the GOP? Where is the mass GOP in all of this? Where are they? They're nowhere. They're
They're
nowhere.
nowhere to be found.
So no, they're nowhere. And Aaron Picard, he's running for governor, and he's a Republican as well, and he's a vet also.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he doesn't have the backing of the mass GOP. He doesn't have people, even Carter Gray, same thing. They're not going to get the support, and they're not going to be on the ballot unless they can get 10,000 signatures. So they can get 10,000 signatures, and they can be on the ballot, and they might get votes here and there. But if Mike Keneally and Brian Shortsleeve are on there, they're going to get most of the votes, and who knows how many Maura Healey is going to get. That's what I'm saying about people, and that they just want the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And this is how you get corruption and tyranny.
Of course.
Okay, by the same types of people running the same group, the elitists. They're called the elitists for a reason.
Yeah.
All right. So how is anybody an outsider like President Trump? Remember in 2016 when he said he was going to run? He was they called him an outsider.
They called him an outsider.
Yeah, and then he was never going to win because he was an outsider. And that's exactly who won, because people don't want the establishment.
Nope, not the establishments. Nope.
But in Massachusetts, I think they do.
Yeah, I mean, what I was gonna say is, it's only gonna get worse. I mean, the elections
if you get the same people, if you get Michelle Wu back in, if you get Maura Healey back in, and you get the same people, Elizabeth Warren, Ed Markey, Ayanna Pressley, if they all get back in, you're gonna have the same thing, and it's gonna get worse.
If they get back in, like if Michelle Wu gets back in, Maura Healey gets back in, we're gonna what we're doing is we're going back to the same problem that we had before. And so
you have now. You're gonna have
that have
problem that you have now. Problems that you have now, but it's gonna get worse.
Yeah. So if we can get Maura Healey out of there, and Michelle Wu out of there, and Mayor Paul Coogan out at the same time, and some of the city councilors and some of these state reps from Massachusetts, then we're in good shape.
Well, look, there has to be a change, okay? And nobody likes change. They like the status quo. They like the comfort of knowing what's going to come next. But the problem is that it's not doing anybody any good, especially for the people that live in the state. It's the same old thing is not getting anybody anywhere. It's not helping anybody. I can if people were doing well, like they had discretionary income, they could put food on the table, they could buy their own home. I can see if you want to keep the same people, but why is it that people keep voting in these candidates or the incumbents in when the state isn't doing well and people are struggling? Why do they keep voting the same people in?
I have no idea why.
Because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
It don't make sense at all. It doesn't. When they're voting for the same people in all the time, no, it don't make sense. I wish it did make sense, but it
doesn't. Right? I mean, I could see, like I said, if things were going well, I could see that you would want to keep the same people in, but it's not.
It's not going well.
No, the utilities are high. There's no job growth in the private sector. Taxes are high. It's unaffordable. Yeah. Why do people keep voting in the same ones over and over and over again?
They're ridiculous.
They want to be miserable because they want to be miserable. I mean, I don't know. Don't they want to be able to not worry about money from paycheck to paycheck? Don't they want less taxes? Don't they want a state that's more affordable? Don't they want more jobs? Don't they want a business friendly state? What the hell is going on in Massachusetts? What the hell is going on?
Well, Massachusetts is a corrupt state. You know what I'm saying? You know, so Massachusetts is a corrupt state.
Yes, I'm talking about the people of Massachusetts. Why do they keep voting in the same people over and over and over and over and over again? And it's getting them nowhere. What is this?
Yeah.
I got 4 perfect license.
I don't understand it. Illegals, money to the illegals again for another year.
Yeah.
Money for the Chinese government for the railway system in Boston. That's another $150 million going to the Chinese. What the hell is wrong with you people?
150 million going to the Chinese. Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. No. Wow. Look what. Now we're gonna go back to Charlie Baker. Remember Charlie Baker when Charlie Baker was governor?
Yeah.
Right. You remember when he was governor? He hooked up to the Chinese communist.
I know. I mean,
dictators.
if you listen to my lives, I talk about those things.
I listen to him even when I'm at work.
And I talk about the over $140 million last year that the state gave this Chinese company that is still in Massachusetts and still cannot build the cars, the subway cars that need to be done in that state. What the hell is going on here with this? This is nuts.
It is.
Why is money continuously going to this company and they don't even do the work? Something's not right. Why does Massachusetts keep voting in these politicians and candidates that do this over and over and over again, where that 150 million can be used elsewhere in the state? Why are they giving it to the Chinese government?
I have no idea. Well, I mean, I have no idea.
Something's wrong. Again, people. It's the people that either don't care, don't know what's going on. I don't understand how they don't know what's going on.
Well, there's people get fed all kinds of propaganda stuff too.
I know, but I mean, yeah, but how can they not see what is going on in that state? How can they not see it when they're feeling it? You know, like you know what I'm saying? Where it's expensive, housing is expensive. Rents are expensive. Taxes are high. Why? What is it about these people that keep this going? The high taxes, the unaffordability, the high prices on homes and rentals. What is it that they feel the need to keep doing this?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I think they like high rents over here.
Is happening with that state? It doesn't make any sense.
And you know something, and
doesn't make
it doesn't make any sense. But you know what? You cannot make this shit up. Okay.
Right. I know exactly. You can't make it up.
You can't make it up.
That's right. Well, it's crazy.
You know. Well, President Donald Trump. Okay. President Trump wants to lower the taxes over here. Okay.
Right.
Moy Healy don't want to comply with the with the illegal aliens. So she's gonna. I mean, I saw a lot of her. I saw a lot of her TikToks, and I saw a lot of her videos. Oh my God, she throws Donald Trump right underneath the table.
Oh yeah, but everything, and it's always the same thing with Maura Healey
Yeah.
Ayanna Pressley, Elizabeth Warren, and Ed
course.
Markey, they all have the same playbook. It's all President Trump's fault.
And it's not President Trump's fault. You know what
No.
I'm saying? It's their fault. And they're blaming the president for something that
Yeah, they're blaming the
they're doing.
Republicans.
Yeah.
They're blaming, what they're doing is playing a political game. And
course.
unfortunately, the people in Massachusetts fall for it. They're, you know, because he's a Republican and they know that the Republicans are not popular in Massachusetts, they keep saying this rhetoric over and over and over again so that they can stay in power. They say it because they want to stay in office to continue the mess that they're creating.
I had one guy. You want to hear something? Me and Linda, right? We were standing at a bus stop. This guy comes along with the cowboy hat, right?
Yeah.
So he stops us because Linda, you know, we had to go somewhere.
Mhm.
But anyways, this guy stops and he says, "Oh, don't you know that President Trump is trying to take SSI away and the food stamps?" And I says, "He's not trying to do that." I said, "Where did you get this propaganda from?"
No, he's caught to the race, fraud, and abuse.
Right. Right. That's right. It's the waste, fraud, and abuse. Yeah.
Yes, it's
But
the
see,
waste.
but that's the propaganda
Yeah.
that people use so that
He's
the
not
others
anything
will think
eligible
that.
people off of SSI. It's to remove people who are on the rolls fraudulently.
Yes.
For instance, those whose rep pays have not reported their deaths is still collecting the checks.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Oh, Linda's smart. So,
Yeah, that's what Doge found, and that's why I say
When
why
you go
isn't
fraud, race, and abuse, you're better able to help the people who do need the help.
right.
right.
But do you see the rhetoric and the propaganda that they use
Yeah. Of
so
course.
that people will say, "Oh my God, I can't believe
Yeah.
President Trump is," and so that they don't vote for him. That's the ultimate goal, okay? Is so that they put the Democrats back in, and I'm telling you, they're the last people you want in office are the Democrats.
The Democrats are going this way.
Yeah,
The Democrats are falling fast.
yeah, they are.
Yeah,
And,
they are.
They don't. They have no message. They've gotten. You know what they're doing right now? They want to spend $20 million
Wow, 20 million.
on, guess on what, David? On how to talk to the voter.
$20 million to how to talk to a voter.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yes.
That's nuts.
Yes.
that's not. I mean, you can't make this shit up.
I know. Not only
How can?
that.
I mean, how can you make this up? You can't.
Not only that, you think that's bad. Not only are they doing that, but they're going to luxury hotels to talk about it.
Oh, luxury hotels to talk about how to talk to voters.
Yes.
Wow,
Can you
that
imagine?
is crazy.
This
That is
is
crazy.
this is how the politicians use taxpayer money. It's not their money that they're using to
It's
live
our
like
money
this.
that they're using.
That's right. It's the taxpayer money
Yeah.
that they're using to go to luxury hotels to figure out how to talk to a voter. Yet this is, I have never heard it. This is what you call fraud, waste, and abuse.
Waste and abuse. Yeah.
That's what
That is
this
right.
is. That's what it is. $20 million. Are you kidding me? That
Yeah.
$20 million can go elsewhere, like President Trump is transferring these funds. That can go elsewhere, someplace else. It doesn't have to go to a study to figure out how to talk to a voter.
Yeah.
They don't know how to talk to a voter still. You should not be in office. You shouldn't be in office if you don't know how to
Yeah.
talk to a voter. What are you doing in office?
If you don't know how to talk to a voter.
Yeah. What are you doing doing in office? Why do you have to have a study? What are you doing in office if you don't know how to talk to a voter? It's nuts.
It is. You can't make
It's
this stuff
nuts.
up.
No, you can't.
You know, you
You
can't.
really can't make this up. I mean, it's
You can't.
pathetic. It's pathetic. And I remember reading a post. I don't know if it was last year. I think it was on a representative, a woman on Beacon Hill. They found receipts. Okay, and again, it's the same thing. They use taxpayer money to spend. To spend money that they would not otherwise do
Yeah.
if it was their money. But since it's not their money, it's taxpayer money, they abuse it. This woman, who's a representative on Beacon Hill, I forget who it is,
Yeah.
went to Dunkin' Donuts and spent nearly $100 there.
Yeah.
$100 on Dunkin' Donuts. Like
$100 on Dunkin' Donuts.
Who goes to Dunkin' Donuts and spends $100? Like, if it was your money, nobody would do that.
Yeah.
Unless it was some special occasion. But normally, that is not the case. But you know what? That's what she did.
Can't make this stuff up.
And then this is what the taxpayer is paying. Money that is wasted, that does not need to be spent. You do not have to go to Dunkin' Donuts and spend $100 there. This is not necessary.
Brand new inbox still, huh?
And low price.
And she's taking
Brand new
Uber
inbox, sealed, super low price.
instead of walking to places where she doesn't have to spend money. But again,
You
it's
put
not
that
her
belly,
money.
Rosette.
It's the taxpayer money.
Yeah.
If you ever get that opportunity,
Taxpayers' money. People, they're using our taxpayers' money.
Of
And
course.
you can't make this shit up. You can't.
Of course,
Not at all.
it's like, well, I'm not, I'm going to take Uber and it's like 10 minutes down the street. I'm not going to drive. I'm going to take Uber. And then they just put it on the expense sheet and that the taxpayer is going to pay for it.
Yeah.
So she racks up, I don't know, $3,000. Let's say, I don't know, what is it, 1070, let me see, 10 times 70 times, yeah, it's like $3,000. She
Yeah.
racks up $3,000, just let's say $2,500. She's not paying for it. The
Taxpayers are paying for it. Well, actually, we're paying for it.
Nothing's ever free.
$2,500 for Uber in 1 month or whatever that the taxpayer has to pay. Why?
Yeah.
Like what? And can you imagine if they all do this? We're talking millions a month.
Yeah.
We're talking like hundreds of thousands a month, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That is unnecessary. That's unnecessary. Okay.
Yeah. I got a question here. I've been thinking about. Remember, I just read this a little while ago. I don't know if you heard it when I was talking about the Fall River Police Department. I wanted to make this. I want to make this really clear. Well, this here was a breaking. And the Fall River Reporter broke this news with the Fall River Police Department, and they said that the officer was within the department was arrested, and after allegedly broke into the home while under influence on May 27th. On a morning of May 27th, the caller reported that the police and that the unknown man was banging at the door and on the front door and repeatedly asking for a woman by name before police arrived. So this police officer was under the influence. The former police officer, under the influence of alcohol, banging on somebody's door. Okay, asking for a woman's name. You remember when we talked about the Boston, the former police officer that got caught in a sting in Boston?
Yeah.
Now this one here is going around banging under the influence and banging on people's doors. I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
This guy has to be obviously convicted, and he shouldn't be on the force.
Yeah. Well,
He
yes.
should lose. He should lose his job for sure.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I wonder what Mayor Paul Coogan's saying about this. So Mayor Paul Coogan's probably not saying too much about it. Okay, you know.
Right.
But
No, they're probably not going to say anything about it.
Chief Kelly Furtado. She's the chief of police.
Oh yeah,
and,
right.
And so I wonder what she's saying about it. You know what I'm saying? But I think I mean, again, okay. Now another police officer doing it. You know what I'm saying? But this one here is knocking on banging on people's doors and breaking into their house.
Yeah, he said that he got confused, that he didn't know where he was. He thought whatever it is, the excuse is that, first of all, you're a police officer, you shouldn't be getting drunk like that.
Yeah, I mean, how could you?
Knowing where you are, that's not good.
I mean, as a police officer, going where you are under the influence,
Yeah.
okay? Under the influence. I mean, don't you know? I mean, you're not when you're a police officer, you're not supposed to be drinking in the first place.
Right. No.
And if you carried a weapon, you're not supposed to be carrying a weapon while drinking.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Right.
I mean, this is I mean, you can't make this shit up. I mean, you can't. I mean,
Well,
I wish I
but now it becomes the responsibility of the mayor and maybe the chief of police. I don't know how it works. That, she brought, the homeowner brought charges against him, which is good.
I'm glad the homeowner did.
Yeah, and that's good. And because, and he should have some kind of discipline, whatever it is that they decide. There has to be consequences for these types of actions where anybody really, but a police officer or anybody that's works for the public, there has to be some consequence for doing this. Not that you just, it's fine. He didn't know what he was doing. He was drunk, and then you let him go, and he's probably going to do it again.
And let's sweep this under the rug. I haven't even heard any more about the first police officer that got with the sting operation. I haven't even heard anything more about that.
Right.
So did that get swept underneath the rug? Maybe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where you get the problems, and this is where you get the corruption. Is because they don't do what they're supposed to do, which is anybody that goes to work, if you, David, go to work drunk, you're going to get fired or something's going to happen, right? So anybody that goes to work drunk, you're going to pay. You're going to have consequences, and this guy has to pay the consequences. And
just because he's a police officer, just because he's a police officer, he cannot have consequences. Come on.
Yeah, but a lot of them that it happens. A lot of them, they stick up for the police officer and they don't face consequences. Maybe some of them are right because they're a police officer and they can use force if they have to. But in this case, when you're drunk and you don't know where you are and you're screaming and you're yelling and you're busting into somebody's home and you have no clue what the hell is going on, there has to be some type of consequence.
It has to be. Either lose your job or be suspended. One of the two.
Yeah, something needs to happen here. He might have a drinking problem or he has personal issues.
With the woman but he probably has personal issues with the woman that he was looking for.
Exactly. It could be the girlfriend, the wife, or whatever. I don't know. But drinking is not the solution. That's not going to help anything.
Especially when you're carrying a weapon too. a sign
Yeah,
on.
I don't know if he was carrying a weapon, but
I hope not.
I mean, he was off duty. I don't think you can. I'm not sure if a police officer can do
Uh,
that in
I
the state. I don't know.
well,
I don't really don't know.
police officers, if you're drinking at a bar, a police officer is not allowed to carry a off-duty handgun at a bar if you're drinking. They're not allowed because
Well, that's
if
what
you
I mean. So I don't know if
it-
he had one or not. Whatever it is, something needs to happen. He's going to
Yeah.
end up going to court anyway, I guess. with
well,
these
yeah,
charges.
he is. He's going to court anyways. So,
And so
because
yeah, so whatever that they're probably waiting for the sentence to see what there has to be. He's going to get something. He has to. It's just I wonder what the judge is going to give him. That's all. I don't know.
well, I don't think he'll do good in population. I'll tell you that.
I don't know. I don't know. It could be his first offense. If it is his first offense, they're going to just let him go. Not let him
Well-
go, but they're going to go light on him. You
Yeah.
know,
Well,
if it's the first one. The
but,
second, I don't know. I don't have no
but-
idea.
but why? Okay.
Mhm.
Why does he? Because I know people get their record sealed because they want to become a police officer.
Yeah.
I know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So why does these people? Why does the state allow people to cover up their records just because they want to become police officers? Why did they do that? I mean, they should start enforcing that and say no. Well, you know
I
what?
see. They want to keep it private.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cover get their record sealed, become a police officer. Okay. How can
Yeah.
you become a how could you become a police officer? Okay, if you got your record sealed. Okay, knowing that he was a criminal too. Okay.
Well, it's sealed from the public, but they know.
Okay. But yeah,
The police department would know, of course, because they would do a background check. They would know. And if they hire somebody like that, which is not a good idea, then they close the records for the public, like nobody knows. So I don't know, I don't know if that's a privacy issue.
that should be a public issue. That shouldn't be a
don't
private
know.
issue.
Like I don't know if that's a privacy issue, because I don't know how that works. That's a good question. That's a good point. I don't know if we need to know what their record is, because
What their record was.
Yeah, because let's say
Well, we'll be hiring murderers.
yeah, but let's say I or you go to the police station and we fill out an application and they do a background check, which they're going to do, of course, and
They do it anyways.
and they find something. Let's say, I don't know, you had a DUI or you got pulled over because you were speeding and you whatever, right? All these things, these minor things.
Yeah.
And if I got hired and they're like, yeah, this is not a big deal. They just did this or whatever. I don't know if I would want the public to know my past infractions. I don't think I would want because then you open up another can of worm, and it's like, well, she got pulled over because she was speeding, and it's like, okay, what's the big deal, right? What's the big deal? Somebody was speeding.
Yeah.
All right, and or if somebody had like one DUI, oh my God, they were drunk, or what do and then people know this, they're gonna use it against you. So do people really need to know those minor infractions? Now, if they did something serious, the police should not hire them.
Pretty soon they'll be sealing records for convicted murderers.
You know what I mean? Or illegals, or
yeah.
children with children. I mean that that's much more
Yeah.
serious. Robbing and stealing, and that's different. You don't hire people like that, right? Isn't that's just like with any job? Why would an employer want to hire somebody that committed murder?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, and that's with anything. Like, why? Even if they say, "Oh, well, we're rehabbed. We went through this, that." I mean, can you really change somebody like that? I don't know.
No, you can't change somebody. If somebody was if somebody was in jail for a convicted murderer, was in jail, you can't change them. Okay, you can't. Okay,
I don't think so.
you
I don't
can't
think you can
because you know
either.
something. Because they'll always once somebody murders somebody, okay, they're always a murderer. Okay, just
Yeah.
like a drunk. Okay, once a person drinks all the time, he's automatically he can't
Right.
he's automatically an alcoholic because he can't stop drinking.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. But
Just like a drug addict, pothead.
yeah, well, no employer like the police or whoever should be hiring anybody like that. And I don't know. I don't think I would want my records that should be sealed in private public. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I would want that.
I wouldn't think so either.
I don't think anybody would, because
Well, but
I'm
if you
sure I'm sure everybody has something on their record, right? I don't know if there's anybody that's like spotless.
well, spotless.
Speeding,
Well,
speeding,
I never drove a car in my life, so
or even registration. The registration on the back of the plate there, that little sticker that people forget, the inspection sticker.
yeah,
let it
they forget that.
pass.
Yeah, the cops
You
pull them
know,
over.
yeah. I mean, but these things happen.
And
Get
yeah,
whatever.
and I think I know why the police officers they don't enforce the texting and driving because they do it themselves.
Oh no, they can't do that. Oh my God, no.
Oh, they
Not
talk
on
on
the
the
job.
phone.
Not on the job.
They talk on their cell phone while they're driving. Believe it or not.
Oh, they're talking on their cell phone, but they're not texting on their cell phone.
You'd be surprised
If they are, then then
Wait,
they're putting everybody in danger. They shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Nobody should be doing that, because that's dangerous.
That stuff should be enforced. Okay, the texting and the
Yeah.
talking on the phone should be enforced.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I like the cell phones to a certain degree.
Yeah.
I like it because I can carry it with me and I can use it for an emergency. I like it because of that. Other than that, I think
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think they are ridiculous sometimes.
The
saying-
computer is good too if you need to have something done,
Yeah.
research. You can look things up quickly. Things like that. That's good too.
Of course.
But you can use it in a good way. But people, abuse it and use
Yeah.
it for sometimes the wrong thing. So, I mean, I like
Yeah.
the computer for that reason, but I'm not stuck on it. Like, people just can spend hours on the computer or their phone, and it's like, it's so unhealthy. It's
Yeah,
so
it is.
unhealthy. I even forget sometimes to bring my phone with me, because I grew up with
Yeah.
no cell phone. I didn't have a cell phone with me.
Yeah.
Nobody did.
I never had one either.
Right. So
Yeah.
I remember having to get up from the couch to turn the channel for the TV.
Yeah.
No remote. There was no remote.
Well, I mean, I remember this case, okay, that we used to have. Yeah, I remember the case. I don't know how old I was, but I remember a case that Fall River, for many years ago, okay, many years ago. Did you ever hear of a cab driver being murdered here in Fall River many years ago?
No, probably not. I don't remember.
Well, well, there was a cab driver, Reginald Denoyes. Okay, was murdered. And a lesbian triangle. Okay.
Okay.
So they set up the guy, okay, in All Fall River Road. Look it up.
They set him up.
They set him up, yes,
Okay.
and yes, and they set him up and everything, and they actually murdered the cab driver.
Oh, I think I remember something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going. Go ahead. Keep going.
So anyway, I don't want to mention her name, you know what I'm saying, because I know who she is, you know what I'm saying? You know, but they let her out of prison, okay? And now she's in a nursing home. Now she's 80 years old.
Good. Yeah. She's off the street.
Yeah. So yeah, but it's I mean, it's horrible. You know what I'm saying? They let her out of prison. Why did they leave? Why did they leave her out? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Why? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, she murdered a cab driver. Okay.
Wow.
One of my father's best friends. You know what I'm saying?
God.
Yeah, one of my father's best friends. Yeah, I mean, and over a lesbian triangle.
So the taxi driver was a woman?
No, the taxi guy was a guy.
So why?
This was back in the 80s.
I know, but why did she kill the cab driver?
Well, because of, I guess, the girl or something. She wanted the girl. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, but what does the cab driver have to do with it?
Well, I have no idea why the cab driver had something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
she killed somebody innocently.
Basically.
So
Yeah,
this
basically.
guy had no idea what the hell was happening.
Yep.
And took this girl to wherever, and she killed him.
Yeah. Well, yeah. She killed him. I knew the sister. Okay. I knew the sister.
That's premeditated murder.
Yeah, and I don't know
That's
why
first-degree murder, and she should have life in prison.
She should have life in prison without the possibility of parole.
No possibility of parole.
And I don't know why they let her out. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I really don't understand. That fucking justice system.
She should not have been let out because she did it on purpose.
Yeah. Lesbian triangle. Imagine that. I don't give a care.
Well,
She said, but she's in a nurse. She's in a nursing home. She's not gonna. She's not gonna.
Yeah, but I don't understand why she killed the guy unless that guy was going out with the girl she liked.
I would say that.
Oh, okay. Well, but still, it's premeditated murder. No matter what, it's not a good reason to kill.
Oh, you don't bring somebody. You don't bring somebody up at Old Fall River Road and decide to, and
what was that guy thinking? He must have known who she was.
I have no idea.
Well, if he's going, I don't know if this is true, but if he's going out with the girl that he knows, or did he even know she was a lesbian? Who the hell knows? I don't know.
Yeah, it was all crazy back in the 80s and 90s.
I don't know.
I'm telling you. If you look at if you look up the article, okay,
Yeah.
look up the article, the Old Forward Road.
Okay.
Yeah, so look it up, and you'll see the names there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's nuts. But anyways, that's Fall River for you. Don't let anybody out of jail.
Right. Yeah, that should never
You
happen.
know, but I think, but see me, I think that they, people that commit murder, I think they should just stay. They should
Yeah.
just stay in jail and rot there until they
Yeah,
until
I
they
think so
die.
too. Or
Yeah.
the death penalty.
Or the death penalty. I mean, how can you kill somebody, okay, and 20 years later or 30 years later, you're out of jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You killed somebody. You
Yeah,
belong in jail.
I don't agree with that. Did you ever see that show? I don't know if it's on TV anymore.
Yeah.
You know Nancy Grace? Do you remember her?
Oh, Nancy Grace.
Do you remember her?
I heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So she had a show that was called, I don't know if it's still on because I don't have TV. I don't have cable. But it was called Bloodlines. Have you ever heard of that show, Bloodlines?
Bloodlines. Yep. I heard of it, but I don't even know if I saw it, but go ahead.
But it's really incredible because what they do is they take these old cases like in the 80s or 1979 or even as far back as the 60s. I mean, really cold cases where, murders happened or young women that were sexually, and they and the cops, they took all the forensic evidence that they had to whatever happened to the girl or the boy, and they saved it. They saved in particular the DNA. And and this is like 40, 50, 60 years later. And so now what they can do with just a little specimen of DNA, if they're able to save it, and they take it to there are a couple of companies that can take this dab of whatever DNA that was left at the crime scene, and they do a genealogical tree.
Yep.
And they find relatives to that DNA sample as close as possible. And then they actually find the person that committed the assault or whatever, the crime.
Yeah.
Even 50, 60 years later, some of them have passed away.
Yeah.
And some of them are still alive and they're able to actually arrest them and they can go to court.
Yeah.
It is something that they can now find a murderer or
go ahead.
a criminal like 30, 40, 50, 60 years later.
Wow. Just like, what about the Karen Reed case?
Yeah, I can't make heads or tails out of that case.
I can't make I can't make heads or tails out of that case either. The Karen Reed
what the hell is going on in that case?
I mean, come on. First they what did they do? They had a mistrial the first time.
Yeah, right.
Okay. They had a mistrial the first time, then the second one, then the third one, and now here they are again. They're back at it again. Now they said that they got they got new witnesses on the Karen Reed case. So they have.
Did she kill somebody?
Well, they're saying that she ran over a Massachusetts State police officer and killed him.
She ran over him. Okay.
Yeah, during a snowstorm or something. for what I understand.
Oh, but
Yeah.
wasn't she going out with him or something? Or they seeing each other?
I don't know. I mean, yes, that's.
I
They
think
said,
that was her boyfriend.
I think I believe that I believe that was her boyfriend. I
Yeah, they
believe
just
so.
so I mean,
Yeah.
why would they take somebody to trial if it was accidental? They're saying it wasn't accidental; it was done on purpose.
I don't even know. I mean, I followed it a little bit.
Yeah,
Uh,
but that's what the trial is about.
Yeah.
The trial
I
is about trying to prove that she did it on purpose, and she's
whether if
saying
she's
that she didn't do it on purpose.
whether if Karen's guilty or not guilty. But I believe she's
Yes.
not guilty. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I believe she's not. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know. I don't know too much about, but it does
Yeah.
sound iffy from a little bit that I heard. But
Yeah.
of course, the prosecution is, oh yeah,
pro-
she did. Oh yeah,
Well,
no, she did it on purpose because of this. But
Well,
I, I don't.
the
But they can't
prosecution,
prove it though. I don't think
they
they're.
can't they can't
That's
prove it. But
that's the problem.
the prosecution is trying to convict her. They're trying to
Right.
make her guilty. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which
Right.
is Karen Reed. I don't think I don't even think she's guilty. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know why they brought up another trial.
Well,
So-
they're trying. Well, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but
Yeah.
if there is evidence there that she did do it on purpose, then they're gonna keep. I guess they're just gonna keep doing it until. I don't know how this works. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a mistrial after mistrial after, or she's appealing. She might be appealing too.
Well, mistrial, you know what I'm saying?
Appealing. I mean, I don't know how many mistrials you can have, but
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but I think she's appealing. That's why it keeps going on.
But eventually,
I think that they're wrong. She thinks she's being
Yeah.
wrongfully convicted. I think they did convict her. I think they found her guilty, but she's appealing. I think that's what it is.
I'll have
That's
to look
why.
it up.
That's why
Oh.
they keep. That's why they keep going to trial, because she's appealing the verdict. So
She can appeal the verdict so many times.
yeah, and so but that's what she's doing. I believe that's what she's doing, and she's trying to make herself look innocent. But she's had some hostile witnesses. She's had witnesses that say, that she
Say
was.
otherwise.
Yeah, she was capable of doing something like that, and the things that she said before it happened, and that they think she did it on purpose.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But
And the courts don't have any evidence of it. They don't have any evidence of it. They don't have video. They don't have anything. So how can you convict somebody?
No, no. If they have evidence, they have to convict. So they have to prove. The prosecution has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that, or the preponderance of the evidence. So they have to have the evidence to convict her, and they did. So they did. So they must have had the evidence, but she's appealing it. She's appealing it, saying, no, I didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident. I didn't mean to kill him. Why would I want to, of course, that's what they're going to say. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that case has been going on for a while.
Yes,
and
it has.
It's even in the national news, too.
Oh, man, it's all over the tabloids.
Yeah, where is she from anyway? I forgot.
I don't even know.
Do you remember?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, but it is a Massachusetts case, and I think people that follow that kind of thing, I know what they know. That
Turtle Boy follows that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Turtle Boy.
yeah, he's something else. That guy.
Oh, Turtle Boy, yeah. He is. He's a character. Turtle Boy.
Is a character.
Yeah, he's he is. Turtle Boy's
They're
a
always
character.
taking him to court. Those trolls, those jerks, like the BLMers, used to take him to court all the time when I used to follow him. He was always going to court.
Yeah, Turtle Boy,
because of them. oh,
Yeah.
because of this and this, and he always won though. Every time he went to court, he
Oh yeah, Turtle Boy. Yeah, every
He
time he went to
wins.
court, he always won. Of course. Why
and
not?
and he would just keep doing the same thing. He didn't care. He would just keep doing it. Well,
He didn't care.
Yeah, he didn't. But he's not doing anything wrong. It's it's freedom of speech or whatever the hell he was doing, and he was right. What? Every time they took him to court.
They better take him to court all the time. The poor guy.
Yeah, right. I
It was
know.
always Turtle Boy was always in court.
and he always won too. He always come back. I won. I told you I'd won. I told you I'd win. I knew it.
Let them take me to court again. I'm gonna win again.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can take me to court if you want, but I'm gonna win again. Yeah, that's what he would say. Yeah,
Turtle Boy was like he's a conservative too.
Yeah.
Oh, he is. He's a conservative. He's a Republican too. So yeah.
Yeah. So
He didn't care.
I used to follow him. Yeah. When I would do my lives, I mentioned him, I think, a couple of times or whatever it is. But yeah, that's I just hope that, in Massachusetts the people will change course and
I hope they do change course here in Massachusetts.
think that socialism and communism is not the way to go.
Nope. Not at all.
No, it's going to make that state into a third world country. It is going to do that because there are already businesses that are being abandoned. Yeah. And then if the property taxes keep going up, then homes are going to start getting abandoned too. Yeah. They're going to be locked up. People are going to start leaving the state as well because it's unaffordable. I mean, I can just see, unfortunately, the ruin of the state because of the politicians that are in office.
Yeah.
And the people that vote them in are not doing the state a favor.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether they care or not. I don't know. I really don't.
Well, it's already 10:38 already. 10:39.
I know. Yeah. And we gotta go.
So, hey, we started late, you know what I'm saying? And
really late. But I'm glad you fixed it and don't touch anything now.
No. So everything's fixed, okay?
Yeah.
And so now we started late, so I mean I had to end it late. So
right.
But again, you know what I'm saying? There's another good show next week. Next Wednesday, we'll have something else to talk about because
there's always something to talk about.
There's always something to talk about.
Something's good. I just saw a headline right now where Elon Musk is leaving the Trump administration.
Yeah, so he's leaving. Yeah,
he is leaving. Well, and I don't blame him because I told you with the spending, he was disappointed to see in the bill the spending, and he left. And I think he did the right thing. I still think Doge is going to be around, but again, I really don't think that this was a good move by President Trump, having him come on, finding all this fraud and abuse, and then continue to spend. That is not the right thing to do. That is, I don't think that he should have done that.
Yeah.
But that's me. That's, with the spending, the other stuff is okay, but the spending, he should have curbed the spending in this bill and not try to please the Democrats, because the Democrats like to spend. I really think he should have cut the spending.
Yes, I did.
I hope he does do that, but I don't know.
Well, we'll talk more next week.
Yeah, we'll see.
At 6 p.m. And now that we got audio, so I want to tell my viewers out there, sorry about starting a little bit late. But we kept the show going. So, but anyways, Elisa, take it easy. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week too. And again, we'll talk about what's going on in your world and what's going on over here on this side of the world. So,
Yeah. All right.
so you have a great night. Take it easy,
Thanks,
and
you too.
we'll talk. We'll
Yeah.
me and you, me, we'll talk again. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye bye.
Good night. Bye bye.